welcome to a special edition of the Producers Podcast. Chad Davis one more time, and I have a wonderful special guest with me. Is Charlie DeYoung. He is our contact over at United National Life. You've heard me talk about hospital indemnity products and how important they are for customer retention. There's such a great, valuable product that really does serve as a go-between between like a Med Sup and a Medicare Advantage. It kind of bridges that gap and makes coverage very affordable. And I'm a big believer in it. So I wanted Charlie to come on and talk about it. Just give us a little bit of a rundown on who UNL is, and some of the products. So Charlie, without further ado, introduce yourself to the fine people and take it away.
Good deal. Yeah, thanks for having me today. My name's Charlie DeYoung, National Sales Manager at United National Life. We are a carrier with products that represent the gold standard in the ancillary senior market space. Quick background on UNL, financially strong insurance company founded in 1961. When we create products, we like to make sure that it checks three boxes. Number one, easy to understand and explain to your clients. Number two, we pay claims fast, 5 to 7 business days. And lastly, we pay competitive comps in the space. So if we can't do those three things when we're creating a product, we won't do it. We know that those are the pillars to success for us as an insurance company. So I'm excited to go through the hospital indemnity here with y'all today. Here's a look at the UNL state footprint. This is where we're currently doing business. We're expanding, so we will be moving into additional markets soon. So
Florida's a big one. Do you have any idea when Florida might get online?
Yes, Florida will be online before AEP.
Oh, nice. That's great news. That's wonderful. We have several
Yes.
agents in Florida, so that's great to hear.
Yes, we will have hospital indemnity products in Florida. Should be by the end of September.
Okay. Now is it just the HIP, or are you going to have the full suite of products available in Florida?
So our hope is to have the full suite, but we're going to start out
Okay.
with hospital indemnity, guaranteed issue hospital indemnity, and a final expense product that we have coming out.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Very interesting. I didn't know about that. That's really interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us everything, man. Run us down. Inform us.
Yes, we'll do. So here's an overview of all UNL products. We call it the Shield series. So we trademarked the term protect the gaps. That's
Mhm.
really what our plans are designed to do, is protect the gaps of Medicare. Someone goes to the hospital. They have a high inpatient hospital copay. That's actually the number one reason that leads a Medicare Advantage policyholder to hit their max out of pocket. Despite that, more than 99% of Medicare Advantage policyholders do not have hospital indemnity. Just crazy to think about that statistic. And you might wonder, well, what's the reason why? And it's really simple, is agents are not bringing it up to their clients.
Yeah, yeah, that's it, right?
Right. But it also represents a tremendous opportunity to everyone
Mhm.
listening to this podcast to sell to 99% of your Medicare Advantage clients. 99% of the time that you get in front of a prospective client, if they have a Medicare Advantage plan, they probably don't have hospital indemnity. It's probably the
Yeah,
easiest product to place in that home. So you can easily win that business, right? You get one line of business in a home, and then, they can be a client for life. You can win the
absolutely.
Medicare Advantage or life business, whatever, whatever
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
looking to offer.
That trifecta of final expense, Medicare Advantage, and a hospital indemnity. When you get all three of those in a home, the statistic is 93% persistency at that point.
Boom.
So it's amazing what just a simple presentation of a hospital indemnity plan can do I talk to our agents constantly about transitioning from an agent relationship to a broker relationship. And once you can get that broker relationship, then all of a sudden you've got loyal clients, and that's one thing that hospital indemnity does is it creates this mentality of broker rather than just a single agent.
Absolutely. So if you are bringing up hospital indemnity in the home, there's really two reasons why you might come away not writing a policy. First objection that you'll face, oh, I can't afford it. Your client scoffs at the premium. Well, UNL is the least expensive option in the market. We're about half the price of many of the players in the space. So between number one, I can't afford it. UNL has an option for those clients. Number two, the other objection you may face is, hey, you know what? I'm not healthy. I have, this chronic illness or whatever the situation may be, right? Someone can't is worried about passing underwriting.
Mhm.
Well, UNL has two options for hospital indemnity. The UNL Hospital Indemnity Shield has underwriting, which we'll go over the knockouts there here soon. And the second option, the guarantee issue. So,
Mhm.
regardless of their health situation, we will insure them all the way from starting at age 50 through 85.
And
So,
and just to interject, one other part of that is, and I don't want to cut in front of you on this, but in terms of premium, what I've found is the guaranteed issue, while it's a little more expensive than the hospital indemnity shield, it still comes under a lot of your competitors in the marketplace. The guaranteed issue is still affordable.
absolutely, it's still affordable, but also if someone can't pass underwriting for the UNL Hospital Indemnity Shield, it's because they're used to dealing with a condition
Right. Yeah.
so they're accustomed to spending several $1,000s per
Mhm.
calendar year just to deal with that condition. So it is a true cost savings for those clients that are on Advantage
Absolutely.
plans that have
Great
those,
point.
health issues.
Hmm. Excellent point.
Some other products in the portfolio, UNL Short-Term Home Healthcare Shield. This is a fantastic product.
Hmm.
Medicare beneficiaries simply cannot afford not to have a solution in place for home health care. I would argue it is actually the biggest gap, biggest point of exposure that someone on, whether they're on a Medicare Advantage plan, Medicare Supplement, Original Medicare, doesn't matter. Everyone, regardless of the product that they have in place, has the same out of pocket exposure. You
Right.
must be admitted to the hospital for a minimum of 3 days to trigger benefits through Medicare for home health care. And even in that situation, the benefits are very, very limited.
Very, very limited. Yeah.
So there's a 70% likelihood that Americans turning 65 will need home health care. 70% chance, 7 out of 10. So very likely to happen. The median cost of someone receiving home health care over an annual period is $50,000.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Yeah.
how would that change your client's financial situation,
For
right?
sure. Well, and we see it a lot dealing with that senior population. If you do it for very long, you'll see situations where families are hamstrung. They are absolutely in terrible shape, and you have no real way to help them. Well, with a product like this, you can absolutely help them.
Absolutely. So, with that short term home health care shield, it provides benefits to receive care in home, and it pays in addition to any other types of insurance that you may have. It pays a day one benefit, so you don't have to be receiving home health care to receive the prescription drug benefit that comes along with that plan. Pays $10 for every generic, $25 for every brand drug that you're taking, up to $900 per policy year. So when you factor in the cost to have the plan, and many seniors we know are taking prescription drugs, right? A lot of your clients will find that this is a near net zero premium. It's not uncommon for a decently healthy senior to be spending less than $10 in net premium for that coverage. So it's
Now, is that on an indemnity basis?
yes.
Okay.
So you can receive a list of the prescriptions that are taken to the pharmacy, send it by email, reference the policy number, and we're going to pay that claim.
Nice.
So that helps offset the cost, number one. And then number two, underwriting basically guaranteed issue. There's three health questions, a fourth if you're applying for the most robust option available.
Mhm.
But we're really just screening to make sure that no one's going to come on the plan and trigger benefits for home health care, right away.
Yeah.
So it's, 95 to 98% of your clients out there are going to be able to qualify for this coverage.
Nice.
So that's a great tool to have in your toolbox. I want to talk about the Cancer Shield 2.0. A lot of cancer plans out there, lump sum plans, others are scheduled benefit plans. UNL, best of both worlds. It's a scheduled benefit plan with a lump sum rider. Dental, let's be honest, most dental plans stink. UNL's
Yeah, I
is
don't like
great.
them. Okay, I want to hear more. Tell me.
So this was designed by agents who've been in the field and gotten the runaround from these different dental insurance options that pay on usual and customary charges. So the insurance company basically gets to decide what portion of the bill they're willing to cover.
Right. Yeah.
So, they make the plan sound really great until it comes time to get a claim actually paid, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah, that's the problem I have
Dentists.
with them. Right.
So we pay on actual charges. We pay
Wow. Okay.
80% on all dental benefits
Mm.
up to calendar year maximum of $5,000.
Oh,
No
wow. Okay.
networks. Go to any dentist you choose. A lot of dentists
Wow,
don't
that is
like to
great.
work in networks either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a reimbursement plan. So it's designed for the client to either pay the bill or carry a balance at the dentist office, submit the bill to UNL, and we send them a check.
That's awesome. What's the average premium on that for somebody who's say 70 years old?
That's a great question. I'm not gonna.
If you don't have it right now, we can find out later. I would just that's a question I would have is just what the average premium is. Because a lot of times what I've found is while you're looking it up or whatever, the uh the dental plans, like on a Medicare Advantage plan, their dental benefit only covers certain things, and then you do have networks, and it becomes very cumbersome, very difficult. Like people will find that their dentists aren't accepting new patients or something like that. So to have something that's within reason, there you go, that's within reason for somebody that's on Medicare, whether they have an MAPD or a Med Sup, because they're always looking for dental if they have a Med Sup, to have that reasonable cost, that would be a big win.
Yes. So 70-year-old can get $3,000 of benefits at $64,
Nice. Okay.
and $5,000 level for 70-year-old 74. And these premiums never increase. They're locked in.
Oh, really? Year over year, they're locked in.
Yes.
Oh, that's great to know. Okay. And it just goes, it's just banded by age. So it just
Yep.
goes up as they get older. Is that what it is?
No, no, no. It's locked in. So whatever your premium is when you sign up, that's the premium that you'll pay over the entire
Wow,
life
that's
of the
great.
policy.
That's great. So if you get somebody that's younger, they can get a nice benefit as they go on without having an increased premium.
Yes.
Nice. That's
And
excellent.
and
And
then
can they adjust the levels if they wanted to pay more at a later time?
yes, after they've had the
Okay.
policy for 12 months, they can increase their annual benefit amount.
Okay. So if they wanted to get in for 1,000 and then raise it to 3,000, they just have to wait 12 months.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay.
Yep. And then the final expense shield, which will be released here soon, is available to ages 18 through 85,
Wow. Nice.
um, or 84 rather, excuse me. And you can tailor it anywhere between $5,000 and $30,000 in $1,000 increments for the face amount. It's
All
a
right.
whole life policy, um, guaranteed level premiums. So premiums remain locked in whenever you sign up. Automatically comes with an accelerated death benefit rider. So, uh, if you're diagnosed as terminally ill, expected to result in death within 12 months, it'll pay 50% of the face amount up front. Automatically
All
comes
right.
with it. Rates are super competitive on it, near the best in the industry, if not the best.
Do you know
And
if you guys are going to be on any quoters right away?
um, I don't know the answer to that,
Okay. Okay.
but I
Well,
know.
I'd just be curious because I always recommend agents use some of these quoters. One of them is like insurance toolkits or Best Plan Pro. There's several out there. If you guys are going to be on those, then that's easy. If you're not, then maybe in a subsequent, once we find out some details about it and you're ready to do one, we'll do a separate presentation on the final expense alone and be able to kind of go over that and how to quote and enroll and all that.
Yeah, it sounds great.
When did you say that's rolling out?
By the end of the month.
Oh wow. Okay, so pretty soon. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll follow up with that in another little episode.
Awesome.
Oh,
So
talk about wait, but before you go on, the caregiver shield.
the
I
caregiver
find that to
shield,
be really interesting. Can you explain how that works a little bit?
yes, it is also a home health care plan, but it comes
Hmm.
with a terminal illness benefit as part of the base.
Okay.
So at the time of application, you can select 100, 200, or $300, which is a daily benefit that pays over a 100-day benefit period, triggers when your client is terminally ill.
Okay.
So
So that's
many,
like a hospice or anything like that?
it's payable directly to the insured, but it's designed to be assigned to a family member, friend, loved
Gotcha.
one
Mhm.
who may have to take time away from work, maybe
Right.
doesn't live local to the insured on the policy. People want to make sure that their loved ones are there for them to care for them in their greatest time of need.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it can be a financial challenge, you know, to
Oh,
ensure
absolutely.
that because
Yeah.
many people have jobs, other obligations in their life, may not live local. But,
Hmm.
when a lot of people become terminally ill, family members, friends, loved ones, are doing a
Go
lot
on
of that
travel.
heavy
Right.
lifting. There's more
Yeah.
than 8 million unpaid caregivers throughout the US on an annual basis.
You'll see it all the time dealing with seniors. All the time you'll see it. And so that is something that, especially when they're a little bit younger and are thinking ahead, that caregiver shield is a nice piece to the portfolio to really protect a family. And as the agents who listen to this know, I have really tried to hit home about servicing entire families. And that product right there fits right along in that. It's an ancillary product that not a lot of people think about, but if you use it properly, that's something you're actually selling to the kids almost. You're selling that to the family, not necessarily to the insured.
Absolutely. All right. So, single most important thing that we're talking about here today is cross-selling, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Now, the hardest part about being an agent is getting in front of people. So, you're spending the time to investing the money, time, money are the investment, right? What is the return on investment? If you're just going to a home, to an appointment, selling one product and not bringing up some of the exposure that your client has, which offers you the opportunity to place additional products in that home to protect those exposure points, then your
Right.
return on investment is not very good.
That's right.
So the three primary reasons to cross sell, number one, first and foremost, it's going to help your client. Our
Hmm.
clients aren't experts. They're teachers, doctors, lawyers, plumbers, everything in between. They are not experts on insurance or how to retire. So they're looking to you as their advisor to help them understand, where am I going to be spending my money? And if you can present a solution to them to protect those exposure points, then you're delivering incredible peace of mind to your client and protecting their financial future.
Absolutely.
Number two, increases persistency, which you talked about, Chad. You have
Mhm.
one plan in the home, you have a 30% likelihood of that business persisting. Two plans, you have a 60%. Three plans, you have I think you said 93%
Mhm.
likelihood of that business staying on the books.
Yeah.
And lastly, you make significantly more money by doing it.
Yes. I mean, look, we all want to help people, but we're also doing this to make money. And that's ultimately what we're talking about when we're talking about persistency. You're not having to reacquire clients constantly because the CPA cost per acquisition of a client goes down the more policies you have in a home. It creates a pipeline as well of referrals because people really like the service. There's so many benefits to it, and it's crucial that agents understand how important this piece of the puzzle is.
Absolutely. So anytime we're talking about selling insurance products, we always like to talk about creating the need. You can be
Mhm.
the best salesperson in the world, know product inside and out, but if you're going to present that product before you've created a need for it, then you're never going to sell anything, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So hospital indemnity, probably the easiest product to place in the home. The secret to being a hospital indemnity salesperson is simply bringing it up. Comes down to discipline.
Mhm.
Hold yourself accountable to explain to your clients the risk that they have should they go to the hospital, right? The max out of pocket continues to rise year after year on Medicare Advantage plans, as does the inpatient hospital copay.
Right.
So, as an agent looking to service your client, you can no longer ignore having this conversation. It's
That's right.
really, really easy, right? It could sound
Well, and that's
something
and
like,
go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Mrs. Smith, this inpatient hospital copay, I want to circle this on your summary benefits. This is a high risk area for you. You have an
Mm-hmm.
85% or greater likelihood of being admitted to the hospital in the next 5 years.
That's right.
The average hospital stay is 5 days. So it's going to cost you well over $1,000 just to cover your copays when that happens. But good news, I can show you how to protect that gap in coverage at a fraction of the cost.
It's a beautiful thing, and it's easy when you get used to it. If you get into a habit of adding HIP to every presentation, and now you've got a final expense component with the same carrier, and you're talking about somebody who. Let me lay a scenario, if you don't mind, Charlie. Let me lay a scenario. You walk into the door, you're presenting a final expense product to a client. They've requested information on final expense. That's the lead you walked in on. Through the course, they know they need to buy it, but they just can't afford it because their Medicare supplement premium went up to $250 a month, and their drug plan went up to $50 a month. So they're tapped out. Then you present to them. Long story short, I'm cutting them, some low parts out, but you present to them the Medicare Advantage and a hospital indemnity plan. You've just saved them probably close to $250 a month by the time it's all done. You can add on anything you want and bridge that gap if they feel like it. But that allows them also to purchase that final expense product. So now, instead of just a final expense, now you've got all three in one home. And that's creates the persistency we're talking about. So it's as simple as that. Just what Charlie's talking about is creating the need, discovering the need, uncovering what's really going on there, and helping them see it for themselves from this perspective, and then solving that problem with these products.
Absolutely. So UNL has the least expensive hospital indemnity option in the market. I'm going to go over the underwritten hospital indemnity plan first.
Yeah.
So you can select any dollar amount between $100 and $900 per day, and any number of days on the policy between 3 and 10 days. Those benefits are payable should you be in the hospital for 24 hours, whether that's his observation or confinement, with it, which is huge because we know hospitals are leaving people in observation for days on end and not necessarily admitting them. So as long as they're there in observation or confinement, that benefit is payable.
And that's just to add on to what you said. There's a lot going on behind the scenes in Medicare billing that's creating some issues with the classification of observation or confinement, and for this to be either or, for this to be all inclusive, is very important because not every HIP does this, but you guys are addressing it the right way.
Absolutely. So how UNL is different, we are a calendar year plan. So whatever days you select, you get from January 1st to December 31st. No restoration during the year. I get asked all the time by agents, well, being that it's a calendar year plan, what do I select for the days and the dollar amount? Let's make it really, really simple. Take the maximum out of pocket on your client's Medicare Advantage plan. Let's say it's $4,000. Divide it by 10. Make that the benefit amount, $400. Select 10 days. That way, no matter how many days your client is in the hospital that calendar year, their maximum out of pocket is totally protected. So again, you just take the maximum out of pocket, divide it by 10, select 10 days, and you've totally eliminated your client's exposure to their max out of pocket. Additional
Big deal.
riders,
That's big deal.
big
Yeah.
deal. A lot of peace of mind there.
Yeah.
Additional riders that you can add, the skilled nursing facility benefit rider, couple options, either 80 lifetime days after a 20-day elimination period. You'll see on Medicare Advantage, we'll pick up the first 20 days at no copay. But we've started to see some Advantage plans actually have a copay starting day one.
Mm. Yeah.
And then also a lot of people, it's a lot more likely that you'll be in a skilled nursing facility for, 20 days or less. So being able to select the other option, which is days 1 through 50, can be beneficial as well. So two options there, either 20-day elimination period, 80 lifetime days, or days 1 through 50. And you can tailor that anywhere between $100 and $300 per day. Ambulance benefit rider, you can tailor this anywhere between $50 and $400 for ambulance in $50 increments. So you can tailor it up to whatever that might look like on your client's Medicare Advantage plan. And I'll show you a nifty way to do that through the UNL portal here after we review the plans here. Outpatient surgical rider can be tailored between $250 and $1,000 for surgeries in outpatient surgical center or ambulatory surgical center. Cancer lump sum rider, you can tailor this anywhere between $1,000 and $30,000. So your client signs up for hospital indemnity. They get diagnosed with cancer. If they have this rider, it'll pay the lump sum amount. They go in remission. Cancer comes back 5 years later. It will pay again. So automatically comes with that restoration. And, the way that I like to present this to clients is just say, hey, Mrs. Smith, if you are diagnosed with cancer, you're automatically going to hit your max out of pocket,
Yeah.
probably in that first treatment that you receive, right? Because you're on the hook for 20% of Part B drugs. So if you take your max out of pocket, cancer is not usually one and done or a single year battle, right? People are fighting
Mhm.
cancer for years on end. So if you take your client's maximum out of pocket, multiply it by X number of years, you can show them this is how long that this cancer lump sum amount is going to protect you. If you have a 4,000 max out of pocket, then you could select up to $28,000 on, you can go up to 30, but if you select 28, that is equivalent to essentially 7 years of protection.
Pretty amazing how the math works out.
Yeah. Terminal illness rider. We talked about the caregiver plan. This is another way that we're marketing that benefit. It's an optional rider on the hospital indemnity. So we know that we're going to sell way more hospital indemnity this AP than we probably will be in a sales situation to bring up the caregiver, right?
Right. Yeah.
But that terminal illness rider, being a optional rider, allows you the opportunity to open that conversation with your client.
Yeah.
Mrs. Smith, we're setting you up to protect that gap in coverage for you. I'm obligated to talk to you about all the additional options that are available
Yeah.
to you.
That's
What's your
great. Yeah.
plan when you're diagnosed as terminally ill? Do you want to ensure that family members, friends, loved ones can be there with you to help care for you in that greatest time of need? And then you select one, two, or $300, and that's a daily benefit, pays over the 100 days.
Amazing.
Outpatient benefit package rolls together three key copay areas on a Medicare Advantage plan into one. By grouping them together, we can keep price low.
Right.
Emergency room or urgent care pays 150 every 60 days. That'll reset. So up to 6 times per year. Outpatient rehab, this is for like physical therapy, speech pathology, occupational therapy, any sort of therapies that you need, after you get out of the hospital. A hospital stay is not required for that, but if you want to sell the whole package to your client, it pays $50 up to 15 times per year.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the advanced diagnostic, this benefit is $150 towards MRIs, CAT scans, PET scans. Those are typically the highest copay that you'll see on a Medicare Advantage plan.
Yeah.
So our clients get really upset when they get those tests done and receive a bill in the mail. But you can remind your clients, well, Mrs. Smith, we set you up with United National Life Hospital Indemnity Shield.
Right.
We added the outpatient benefit package. So go ahead and send them the bill and they'll cut you a check for $150. So here's just a breakdown of a quote that I ran for 65-year-old.
Hmm.
Again, the issue ages on both hospital indemnity products are ages 50 to 85.
Yeah. You just expanded the GI, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So 10 days, $300 per day. So based on the way I recommend selling this person's max out of pocket would be $3,000. Outpatient surgical rider, ambulance rider, policy fee, total combined premium, 2360.
I mean, just in terms of protection, that's a lot of protection for that much money. I mean, that's a really, really valuable quote right there.
Absolutely. So here, the underwriting questions are flashed up on the screen here. The knockouts, big knockouts are going to be diabetic taking insulin, COPD, and heart disease. Now, if your client answers no to all these questions, they will qualify and get approved. If they answer yes, then they won't qualify. But the good news is we have the guarantee issue hospital indemnity shield available for everybody that doesn't qualify. So two call outs I want to mention on the guarantee issue hospital indemnity. Number one, there's a 60-day waiting period before a client can file a claim on the policy. And number two, pre-existing conditions, there's a 12-month waiting period on claims as a direct result of a pre-existing condition. So just quick example, let's say someone has cancer and they sign up for this policy. They're hospitalized as a direct result of that cancer. In the first 12 months, that is not a payable claim. Month 13 and beyond over the life of the policy, it is a payable claim. Now, let's say that same client suffers a stroke. That's a new event. That is a covered claim in the first 12 months. So the
Okay, so
benefit,
what was the waiting period again?
60 days.
60 days. Okay.
So the plan works the exact same as the underwritten version. The benefit amounts are a little bit more limited. The daily benefit that you can select up to $450 per day versus 900. The ambulance benefit rider is the exact same rider as the underwritten plan. Outpatient surgical rider, same rider. This one limited to $450 per surgery versus $1,000 on the underwritten. And I've got hopefully a basic quote. So here's a
Yeah.
comparison for you on the premiums. 10 days, $300 per day. Outpatient surgical rider, ambulance rider, total combined premium, 5901. So it's
And
about
as I mentioned,
right.
go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
2 to 2.5 times the premium compared to the underwritten.
And what I was about to say before I stumbled over you, sorry, was that the even that 5901 for the GI, that's still not crazy for a hospital indemnity plan. So that just kind of should highlight how really remarkable that 23 and change quote from the standard plan is. That's a really, really cost effective quote. This one is still competitive, even though it's guaranteed issue.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the agent portal here. I want to show
Yeah,
you.
let's see that protected gaps. I'm excited for you to show this to the agents. They're gonna love this.
So you log into the UNL agent portal. You'll notice you can quote and submit right here. Just run quotes, email them to your client, submit business right there. Any applications that you've started but haven't completed will be housed in review and resume. You can download and order supplies through Access UNL link. The UNL pod chat is pretty cool. We've got a podcast going. Uh,
Quality stuff on that for
yeah,
sure.
quality stuff. Agent training, so pre-recorded product training specific to products. And then for the dental, you can actually generate a unique um, link that is tied to your agent code that you can share with clients or embed on your social media,
That's just for
whatever, to
dental though,
quote it
right?
out there just for dental. And
Mm-hmm.
anyone that signs up using that link, you will receive credit.
Nice.
But really, I want to focus on the Protect the Gaps tool to
Yes.
show you how easy it is to sell this. So you just plug in a zip code, and based on the zip code, it's going to pull up all the carriers, Medicare Advantage carriers, available in that zip code. So you select a plan,
Yeah.
and it's going to pull up the details of that Medicare Advantage plan. It's going to show the responsibility that your client has for the inpatient hospital copay, show what the copay looks like for ambulance. That one's a little funky because 0 to 275. I haven't necessarily seen that before. And then skilled nursing facility, 0 for days 1 through 20. As we talked about, some plans have that, 20-day at no copay, and then 214 per day for days 21 through 100. And it's going to actually recommend benefits based on that Advantage plan that your client is in.
That's so easy. There's no thinking involved. You just put
No
that in
thinking
there
involved.
and boom, there you go.
And you can just apply for applicant one from that page. It
How
will end,
awesome is that, guys?
and
How
then you can
easy is that?
enter just the client information, hit next, and it will pre-populate the
Yeah.
details that line up to protect those gaps. So
How good is that? And then it
that's
gives
the
you a,
protect the gaps tool.
yeah, and then it gives you a quote right there. You know exactly what it's going to cost, and you roll right into the app from there. It's guys, it's so easy. Once you do it once, you've got it down. It is really, really intuitive. They've done a great job of making it easy on us and the client. Because I really think a lot of times if you can get it easy, it'll stick. If it's the harder you have to work to get the thing accomplished, sometimes the more you're wasting your time. And for them to have made it so quick and easy, so smooth to quote and enroll in this process, that is customers like that a lot, and agents obviously do as well.
Absolutely. Now but you could submit the application right on the agent portal. If you're there in person with your client, you can have them sign on your touchscreen device. If you're remote, not a problem. You can just plug in their cell phone number. It'll shoot them a text with a code. You enter the code and it'll capture their signature that way. So it's really, submitting business with us is extremely seamless.
And one thing I want to commend you on, I really appreciate and like about UNL is there's excellent follow up. They will contact you when they receive the app. They will let you know when it's approved and everything's done. They will let you know about payment status, and if somebody's falling off, if somebody didn't pay, they let you know. They alert you as the writing agent. That lets you know how to that you can still save that business. That allows you to go after that without actually losing it first and finding out later. So UNL does a great job of that, and that actually helps any of the policies that may be in a home that aren't being paid. Just getting a notice like that lets you know you need to contact these people, and you can save a lot of business that way.
Good deal. Well, was there anything else that you wanted to chat about today, Chad?
No, this was great, Charlie. I mean, listen, we will revisit the final expense portion of it once you guys roll it out and you get all the details going. We can revisit that in a separate episode. But this has been fantastic. I'm going to make sure that all of our agents get this, and we look forward to seeing a lot of sales for you guys in this AEP and going forward. We're excited to work with you.
Awesome. We're pumped about the partnership as well.
Yeah, well, listen, folks, we'll be back again with Charlie at a later date. But for now, I hope this helped you, and go get this done. It is fantastic, and it will improve your business. So thanks for watching, being a part of what we're doing, and we'll see you next time.